and welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna and I'm coming to you from Minneapolis, Minnesota. This is a podcast about knitting, sewing, and the adventures the craft takes me on. You can find me on Instagram at Brookwillow_ and on Ravelry at Brookwillow. I hope you had a good 2 weeks. Mine were pretty busy, especially last Friday. As you could see, I built a shelf in my closet room to showcase my special knits. Usually I just put all of my extra clothes that need to be folded into a dresser hidden away, but I wanted to be able to look at the things that I've been making with my hands every day to inspire me to wear them and to keep going, because it's just nice to admire what you've done. Also, that same day I had a fun little photo session with my good friend Bethany. She's a photographer, and again I'll link her website down below. We had a lot of fun at this really cool space. She wanted some more product type photography in her portfolio, so we thought it'd be a great idea to take some pictures of my knitting as well as me wearing some of my knitting, because I could certainly use to upgrade some of the photos that I have across my platforms. Yeah, again, it was so much fun. If you're in the Minneapolis Twin City area and you love plants, you would probably know of the shop called Mother in Northeast Minneapolis. This was an event space that was connected to the back of it, and it was just so beautiful. If you stick around to the end of this episode, you will see some behind the scenes footage of it. It's super fun, and I hope you like it. Now let's get into some things. Alright, so I have a couple finished objects to show you, which I'm very excited about. The first one is I made another gravel hat. This time it was in a couple different colors. So this one was Brooklyn Tweed's Loft, which I used to make the last gravel hat. The color is Yellowstone, and I'm forgetting the second one, but I'll write it down here. I am very pleased with how it turned out. Obviously I love the shape and make of it because I designed exactly what I wanted, but I'm really happy with how the colors turned out too. So you can kind of see them, just a nice variegation of green and kind of a light yellow. I just thought it was a nice earthy color and it goes with a lot of my stuff. So again, super excited. You will see some footage of me wearing it in that video at the end, so stick around and you can see what it looks like on. Yes, very exciting. My next finished object is something that I've been working on pretty much all summer, it feels like. And you would have seen a lot of it if you've watched a few of my previous episodes. And it is the Marseille Sweater by Petite knit. I finished last night. I really hustled to get this done. I'm going camping tomorrow and I really wanted to be able to wear this up north around a campfire, but I'm not sure if we're allowed to have campfires right now, but we'll pretend to, and I can wear this cozy sweater. Anyways, very pleased with how it turned out. I used Sandnes Garn's Double Sunday, which was a collaboration with Petite knit. The green is an olive color, I forgot the name, and same with the red, but I will link it below. So let's go try it on. Okay, so welcome to my closet room area. This is where I keep all my clothes and my new shelves for my knitting. Love it. But anyways, okay, so here's this sweater on. I absolutely love it. It's definitely got that oversized feel. I haven't blocked it yet because I wanted to show you guys, and it definitely would have still been drying if I started blocking it, but that is what I'll do after I record this. I did make a few modifications. So I made the extra large, which called for 5 stripes. I only wanted 4 stripes, and I wanted it to be a little cropped because I like to tuck in my sweaters to my jeans just like a little bit, French tuck, and have the rest sticking out. One thing I will say is the sleeves ended up being way too long. I don't really know where I went wrong with that because I just decreased where I was supposed to decrease and made the cuff and bound off right away. But that's fine because I have the option to just cuff the sleeves up. I still have to weave in the ends because again I'm going to block it first and then weave in those ends, so don't mind those. But yes, when I cuff they end up being just around the right length, so no big deal. But I love how much I can move around in this, and I can layer it with some flannels or turtlenecks underneath if I wanted to. But yeah, really pleased with this sweater and I highly recommend it. And if you're gonna make it, make sure you try it on as you're making the sleeves so you don't end up with the same problem that I have. And I'm fully aware that I could rip out the ends, but I am not going to because I'm done making this sweater and I'm ready to move on. So yeah. Okay, so I don't have a ton of new stuff as far as whips go, but I did just cast on a new hat this morning and it's working up pretty fast actually. So I talked about it in my last episode. I am knitting this for my friend who did my photography. I'm making her family all winter hats, and I do that every 2 to 3 years, I think, mainly for the kids, but I'm making the parents some now too. But anyways, this is the hat that I'm making for them. Super cute. It's a free pattern from Purl Soho, which I'll link right down here. Yeah, I think the colors are super fun. I'm just using the Big Twist brand that you can get at big box stores. It's just 100% acrylic worsted weight that I'm holding triple to make a chunky weight yarn. I figured that acrylic would be a good fiber to use because A, they're kids, I don't know how they handle wool, and B, it's just easy to toss into the washer and dryer for a quick wash. They don't have to worry about hand washing it or anything like that. Yeah, I'm very pleased. So the rest of the hat will be white, and I'm going to make the pom out of this lighter pink color. I've got to say, for being just big box 100% acrylic yarn, it's actually knitting up pretty well. And I don't know why I haven't thought about holding the yarn triple before. I always just assume like, oh, you can only really use the one thread, so it kind of limits what you can make with it. But it really is creating a nice, fluffy, chunky fabric. Let's see if you can focus. Okay, I think you can see it. It's kind of like a pillowy cloud. So if you're looking to knit a chunky weight garment and you just want to use acrylic, don't sleep on this weight of yarn because it's pretty soft and just fluffy, and it's like, I wouldn't have guessed that it was the yarn that I was using, so just thought I'd mention that. I'm really excited too because I just went to my local yarn shop, the Yarnery, I love them, and I got a new pom-pom maker, and I haven't ever used one before. I'm gonna grab it really quick. Okay, so yeah, it's just this clover pom-pom maker. It comes in 2 different sizes, which is really nice. You can easily make some for adults and children. In the past, I've always just made my pom-poms by cutting out cardboard circles of what size I wanted it to be with a hole in the middle, and kind of did an old school way of doing it there. So I'm excited to have an actual machine to do it or whatever and make a little more professional, voluminous pom-pom. So yeah, excited to see how that turns out. But anyways, yeah, so here's the hat, and I'll be making another one for their son in these green colors that I have here with a gray top to it. So you'll probably see it by next episode. That's pretty much it for new works in progress. I have been trying to be very monogamous with my sweater knitting just because my whips started adding up and I get kind of stressed out when I have too many projects just sitting around. So I'm going to focus on finishing up my last 2 sweaters that I talked about in my first and second episode. I have not touched them since. I want them to be done before I start any new big projects. I'll still be knitting up hats here and there because I'm making a lot actually right now for a few different people. Yeah, so I'll kind of cycle through those, but I can't start any more sweaters until I finish these last 2. So just as a refresher, I am going to finish up the one for Mitch and I, which was a fisherman's sweater. The designer is right here, and she designed for Woolfolk. So I just have the back panel of it done. I'm not going to talk about this one too much just because I've already talked about it a few episodes ago, but I love that it has the 3 different cable patterns. Hopefully you can see them. Kind of the honeycomb in the middle. So that's going to be the next big project that I am focusing on because fall is coming up and I want Mitch and I to be able to wear this sweater a lot. All right. And as you probably remember from my second episode, the big cardigan that I've been struggling with, I'll insert a picture right here. I am going to rip that out and start again from the beginning with the correct size needles and eliminating 1 or 2 bottom panels of it so it's not floor length. So maybe I will have finally started on that by next episode, but I can't promise anything because I keep finding other things to knit instead of going down that road. Alright, so I feel like I have a lot of new acquisitions to show you. It seems with every episode I'm just buying more and more yarn. But anyways, so shockingly, the next yarn I'm showing you is Brooklyn Tweed Loft. And can you guess what I'm going to make with it? Yes, another gravel beanie. But it's honestly a hat that I truly believe in, and I think it just looks great on everyone. So instead of making it for myself, I'm going to be making it for other people now too. So this first yarn I bought it's coming up really bright in the screen. It's a lot more muted, kind of a pinky peachy color, not even totally peachy, more pink. And there's like tweed ran through it. I love the little speckles of color. I wish you could like see it the way that I do. But I'm gonna make a solid color gravel beanie. I've done only variegated so far, and I'm excited to see how it knits up in just one color. I'm sure it's gonna be really nice. This one is going to be for my friend Bethany, who took the photos for me. So this is one of her favorite colors, and it's gonna look so nice on her. I'm excited for when it's completed. The next set of, yes, some more Brooklyn Tweed Loft is these two colors right here. So it's kind of a, okay, by the way, I had labels on these last night, but somebody, I won't mention who, but one of my dogs decided to chew up all of the labels on them, but he didn't disturb the yarn at all. I came out, I heard him chewing in the middle of the night, and I came out and all of these were scattered around the whole living room. The yarn is totally fine, but all of the labels were missing, so I thought that was just weird. He's going through a phase of being a naughty boy. We're working on that. So I don't know the colors. I do know for sure this one's Fossil because I've worked with this one before, but again, I'll link the colors down below. I feel like I'm not really prepared this episode as far as the colors of everything goes, but what can you do? Anyways, back to these colors. So my best friend is coming to visit in September. She lives in Colorado, born and raised there, and her boyfriend must have seen a picture of my gravel hat or something. I'm assuming she showed him, but one day he asked her if I could make one for him, and I thought that was really sweet. He is a Colorado Avalanche fan. It's a hockey team out there. So he wanted colors that were similar to those to wear to the game or just wear in real life. So he decided on white and maroon, and these are the colors that I picked up. So I'm gonna start working on that very soon, so it's ready for when she comes out. Okay, so my next acquisition, this one is really exciting. I splurged a bit more on it. So I really caught the design bug. I had so much fun knitting the gravel beanie or designing it, and I want to design more. My dream is to become a knitwear designer, and while I have so many ideas in my head for different sweaters to make, it really intimidates me on how to figure out how to make all the sizes, because I want a full size range for the sweaters that I design, but I don't know how to grade it. I think it's called grading. So if anyone has any links or videos or suggestions, resources on what I can look at on how to grade, if you could link it below in the comments section, that would be really awesome, because I'm sure a simple Google search could lead me there, but I have a lot going on with knitting so far. I haven't had time to research sweater sizing. But anyways, going back to before, I am designing another scarf. Not another scarf. I'm designing a scarf, and it's going to be an epic color work scarf. I already have the chart all drawn up. It's just a matter of starting to make it. Again, I kind of wanted to finish these sweaters before I delve dive into a whole other project, but I don't know, this yarn is so exciting. I might just start making it pretty soon here. So yeah, let me just go ahead and show you. So I got Wool and the Gang's Feeling Good yarn. I knew for a fact that I wanted a alpaca blend or just 100% alpaca scarf because it's so soft, and it's a fiber that I just haven't really worked with much. So again, yep, I got their Feel Good yarn. It is 70% alpaca, 7% merino, and 23% nylon. I didn't look up what weight it is, but I wanna say it's like an Aran weight, maybe? I could be wrong. I'm not terribly great about those mid ranges of weights. They all kind of blur together. But anyways, so this scarf is gonna have 5 different colors. So gray, cream, tan, okay, 2 more. This beautiful green that I'm just obsessed with. Green is my favorite color, so anytime I see green I get really excited. And then the surprise color is going to be this duck egg blue, just to add a little pop. So this is the color scheme. I already know the name of the scarf because it's actually what kind of was my inspiration behind the design, and it's going to be called Glacier. Very mountain, northern feel for a scarf and in the design. I don't want to say too much before I start making it, so maybe I'll have a bit of the pattern going by the next time we chat. But yes, I'm obsessed with this color scheme here. I think it's gonna be beautiful. I'm probably gonna use like an intarsia technique and possibly a moss stitch too. It's gonna incorporate a lot of different techniques in one scarf, so it's not gonna be just a plain scarf. But yeah, super exciting. I wish you could feel this yarn. Every time I show people this yarn in person, I'm like, you must feel it. It is so soft. It is definitely something I'm gonna wanna wrap around my face and neck in the winter time. So I'm excited to have a finished project with it. That's pretty much all I have for knitting acquisitions. So let's move on into sewing. Alright, so I don't have any finished projects for sewing because I've just been putting all of my time and energy on finishing that Marseille sweater and making some more hats, but I did acquire some more fabric in case you're interested. So first of all, Mitch mentioned he wanted me to make the boys some bandanas for fall and maybe more in like a flannel material. So I had the idea of, instead of going out and buying flannel, I could just go to Goodwill and check out the men's section because they always have flannels there, and I succeeded. So this is the first one that I got, just a Land's End flannel that I got for like, I don't know, $4. But I'm gonna use this back panel to make the bandana out of, and this one is gonna be for Kevin, so the lighter of my two. I thought the colors were very striking and would stand out nice. And with the leftover yarn from like the sleeves and stuff, I thought it'd be really fun to make some scrunchies out of it. I lost like most of my scrunchies, so I need new ones, and I have the means of making them, and I never see them in like a flannel material or pattern, and I thought it'd be a really cute, sorry, my cat's bumping my tripod so it might get shaky. I thought it'd make a cool scrunchie for fall and winter time, and I think I'm gonna make a lot to hand out to my friends too, so we can all have fun flannel scrunchies. And the other color that I got is for Marshall, so the more golden, slightly darker one. So again, I'm gonna use the back panel to make the bandana portion, and then use up the sleeves to make some extra scrunchies. And yeah, I really want to just be able to use up as much of the fabric as I can, so not a lot of it goes to waste. Let me know if there's any other fun, scrappy type projects that you know of that I could use for even more of the leftovers, because I don't know, I just think it's good to not send the scraps to the landfill. And the last piece of fabric that I have, my good friend Tina just gifted to me. It was, I think it was an old curtain, but it's this super lightweight wool material, and it's really sheer. You could probably see me through it. But I thought it would make a really beautiful long sleeve flowy blouse with like big sleeves and buttons down the front. So that's my intention of what I'm going to make with it. There's a couple patterns that I have saved that would look really beautiful for this. And there's definitely going to be enough left over, so depending on how much is left over, I can figure out what else I can make with this fabric. But I am definitely getting the sewing bug again, since I haven't really sewed in at least 2 weeks. So I'm probably going to get started on these when I get back from my camping trip. That's all I really have for you today. Don't leave yet, because there's still that fun video at the end. But I just wanted to say thank you as always for showing up every time I post a video. This community is so supportive and so nice, and I'm having so much fun with it, and I definitely want to continue. If you want to help me out, just hit the subscribe button and like this video if you truly like it. And yeah, that'd be great. Thanks for chatting. Talk to you next time. Bye.